Malibu Barbie. Woo! Woo! You're so close. You're really close.
Hello from Tampa.
Yay!
Tori is driving and being very safe with her eyes on the road. Look how safe she is. So safe. I'm not driving, so my eyes are anywhere but the road. This is our car. It has 2 day chairs.
Wait, hold on. Guess how many wheels are in this car right now?
I'll give you a moment.
Put your guesses in the comments. Are you putting them there?
The answer is 10.
Yep.
There is 2 day chairs, 1 racer, and 1 hand cycle, and 2 people, and many bags. We are on our way to my very first triathlon.
Woo!
We are doing the St. Anthony's Triathlon in St. Petersburg, Florida. We live in Orlando, so usually it's just an hour and a half away. Traffic has been garbage. So it's taking us an extra hour. Woo! But we are going to the expo to pick up our bib. I say our because it's a community event, but it's me. Tori is number one supporter.
Effort, yeah.
It's a group effort. I also say our because as a wheelchair user for a competition, I get a handler, which helps move my equipment and stuff. And we have to pick up his bib and number and stuff.
We love him.
We do. His name is Don, and he's an icon.
Go Don.
Because this is part of the Para-Triathlon National Qualifying Series, aka if I do well enough, I get to go to nationals. It is very accessible. I was gonna say accessibility friendly, but then I realized it's accessible. So the course is accessible, but there's also a pre-race meeting with all the disabled athletes that show you like transition areas, the routes, where the water exit's gonna be and stuff, so that you can prepare.
Yeah, you're gonna do like a little walkthrough of it. So.
Walk through the course and the water, and where my transition areas is a big question on my mind, so I'm excited to see that. And again, we do it with the handler because he's the one who's going to be helping me do everything. He's going to be my best buddy on the course, so it's important really that he knows where everything is, and I just go where I'm told. But we have all of our lovely equipment, and the brake cable on my hand cycle broke yesterday, so we ran to Dick's Sporting Goods last night, 5 minutes before it closed, and got a new brake cable. So
they were putting the gates up.
They were. Dawn is going to help me fix that. Glad it happened yesterday and not today or tomorrow. But I'm doing my very first sprint triathlon, which is a 750 meter swim. This is an 18K bike course, which is a little over 11 miles, but sometimes they're up to 20K. And then a 5K, which is 3.1 miles on the push. So I go swim, bike, push. I swim like normal, I use a hand cycle as my bike, and then I use my racing wheelchair instead of running. But yeah, we're spending the night in the hotel, we are meeting up with friends. I think it's just gonna be a good weekend. I'm really excited. I've been training, I've been signed up since October, which is about 6 months is when I signed up, because I had a quarter life crisis turning 25. I signed up the day after my 25th birthday. So.
And you've been preparing very much.
Yes, been training like crazy. I've been to a triathlon training camp through Dare to Try, who is my favorite organization ever right now.
That's why her shirt says Dare to Try.
They help adaptive athletes learn the sport of triathlon and support them throughout their journey, competing both locally, nationally, and internationally, as well as to the Paralympics. So they have athletes kind of ranging through all different levels of para-triathlon. Not only wheelchair users, but people who are visually impaired or amputees, as well as just other disabilities, which is very neat and very cool. I will have their link in the comments because you should donate because they're incredible. They also give out grants to athletes because the cost of adaptive equipment is sickening. It is so dang expensive. And so to give you an idea, my racing wheelchair, I got a partial grant for, and I paid the rest out of my own pocket, and it cost me about $7,500 for a racing wheelchair. Let's compare that to a pair of running shoes.
Are you comparing them?
Are you doing the math? Yes, $200 running shoes, $7,500 racing shirt. And to give you an idea, for my hand cycle, it's going to cost about $11,000, and that is a completely entry-level hand cycle. That is not anything crazy.
And her racer's also like
entry level.
Yeah.
Literally no upgrades were ever made on that.
No.
I have a little bit of upgrades on my bike, but I received 2 grants for that I'm so grateful for. Victoria's Victories, which will also be linked below, that you should also donate to, because they help people not only get adaptive sports equipment, but things like chairlifts and stuff in their houses, or wheelchair vans and stuff like that as well. And Dare to Try gave me the other grant to finally get my own hand cycle. So we are so excited. I'm so grateful for this opportunity, and I'm so proud to represent them. And I'll be seeing them again in June for another training camp, and then hopefully nationals. Yay! But yeah, we're gonna have a good weekend. Again, we've been practicing a lot. A lot of miles on the bike.
lots of open water swims.
Lots of open water swimming, pool swimmings, pushing and running, and my version of running. Last week was the Run Disney Springtime race weekend.
She killed it.
So I got to see some racing friends there too. There was a 5K, a 10K, and a 10 miler. And I came in first for the 5K, second for the 10K, and third for the 10 miler. So I got a little bit of everything. And I haven't been in my racer since. That was a week ago. So hopefully I haven't forgotten how to do any of the 3 sports I have to do tomorrow. Bright and early. And yeah,
I'm not that early.
It's at like 7 or something. Yeah, I think I have to be there early though.
Oh yeah, you do. But
yeah, Tori's gonna help get some footage. It's #1 supporter right here, and Coke handler.
what did I say? Photographer, spectator, Coke. I didn't say connoisseur.
No, you said like a
Procurer.
Yeah, yeah.
Procurer.
I don't know.
It's
It'll
that
get it
word.
was written.
Thank you.
Yeah, so we are here. We're gonna meet up with some friends and go to our meeting, and
We're about to go over the ocean, and Kendall wants to have a dolphin here.
it was like so magical.
Sorry,
guys.
it's not the
It was
ocean,
like-
guys. It's Tampa Bay.
Yeah.
Don't cancel me in the comments.
But it was literally like I was like, this is Florida. This is the moment. That
And we haven't seen one since.
So a little too far away. I think we have to be on the other side to see the. I think the other side's closer to the ocean.
I think we were going there when we saw the dolphin.
No, it was on the way back. It was after Top End. But yeah, it's in St. Petersburg, which is like 30 minutes from Tampa. Usually 30 minutes from Tampa, I'll say. Yeah, there's like boats, water. I know this is probably not incredible to you guys, but you have to understand I grew up in Las Vegas. So the idea of just like
water?
random bodies of water is like so insane to me. But yeah, thanks for joining along on our weekend.
It's gonna be fun. We're getting set up. We have the hand cycle done, and she's doing her racer. And then we have to go find the expo. We're getting our bib. Well, her bib. There she's going.
Okay, we checked in with the bib and everything. Whole expo's on like a grassy sand, which isn't my favorite. And Tori's finding the stage, but we don't know. We'll find it.
She's transferring.
Try to get them fixed. Takes a lot.
We're doing practice stop and starts. So, very exciting. And then we should be going to the water. We're setting up the transition area. Very cute, very slay. They're putting up the mats so that way they don't die. Getting through the transition area, which is very nice. We're heading to the swim portion, and they're much faster. But, yay! The transition area, or the pre-transition area, is super long. But this free switch really sucks. But at least a lot of it's moved, so that helps. But yeah, they're gonna get to do a little open water swimming, which I know Kendall is very excited about. Sorry for the shaky camera work. I have to use a hand to go anywhere. So, but we're heading there. Super excited. So you can kind of see them over there. by where the tent is.
Her dad, the little
They're getting in the water.
over there.
But I want to punch it because it's very tipsy.
You got sick.
But you can already see people out practicing the swim. And then they're going to be over here. There's the boat dock ramp. That is the transition area. So we're trying to figure out how to get them down to where the water is right now. So I think they are right over there with that buoy, I think.
We're back in the car. Tori's driving safely once again, and I'm not once again. We finished the clinic. We met everyone. There's obviously clips that I inserted here. They checked out my equipment to make sure it was safe. We like sort of set up the transition area, but they're still kind of figuring out. This is the first year that this specific race has allowed wheelchairs, so they're accommodating. They're just trying to figure out what that means to them.
Yeah, it's new to them.
But they were very open with questions and answers, and like asked us directly things, which I thought was great. And there's people from USA Para Triathlon, the coaches from there, so they're like absolute experts in the sport, so they know kind of what we need, which is great. It's not to have to fight for anything. And then we got to see the transition area of like in and out and where you're gonna go. And then we also got to go into the water a little bit, which was beautiful. Low tide. High tide?
Right now it's high tide, but it's gonna be low tide tomorrow.
Okay, good, because like the whole thing was shallow. Like we were like, how far out do we keep going? Because it was like all shallow.
So the sand will just be exposed tomorrow for you.
Well, we'll start further in is really
Yeah.
the big thing for us, because like it was literally like all shallow.
I can imagine.
It was weird.
It's a pretty big beach when the tide's out.
Yeah, for real. Yeah, that was fun. And now we're going to go to the hotel and check in and then get some sort of food and water. Really about water. That's our update. I'm checked in. I have this and I have my numbers on my chair. And I have my little anklet tracker I need to put on tomorrow.
Her brake is fixed.
My brake is fixed. They had someone from the bike manufacturer there, so that was super cool. I mean, changing a brake cable is not a super complicated thing, but it was nice to be like, if you had more intense questions, like he fixed something on my racer, which obviously most people are not familiar with racers, but it's a company that makes them, so it was really great. They're local here, so that's cool. But yeah, now we're off to relaxing for the evening before the triathlon tomorrow, where we have to get here at 5:15.
Yay!
Yay!
Behind the scenes of the shot. We're at dinner.
Good morning, it's 5 a.m.
Yay!
Tori's once again driving safely. I am not. It is triathlon race morning. Been looking forward to this day for literally 6 months, which is crazy. The transition area opens at 5:15 and closes at 6:45, and we don't really race till 8:30ish.
Yeah.
So that's because there's an Olympic distance, and I'm doing a sprint distance. So the Olympic, obviously, it's a much longer race. So they are going. They're going first, and then the para athletes for the qualifying series will go, and then they'll slowly start sending out the elites and professionals, and then everyone else. But we gotta go finish setting up our transition area, make sure my gloves are good, my water, and all of that. And yeah, I'm very sleepy. But we had a good night in the hotel. You can kind of tell, I got sparkles for speed.
Sparkles for speed.
Shout out to Gracie, the skeleton racer. We love her.
She's so cool.
But Abby and I are wearing matching sparklies, which is fun. Yeah, we're having fun. I feel really good. Like I feel really good this morning.
Giving her OTD. This is my Dare to Try sweatshirt.
Yeah, I have my sweatshirt on, but I have my tri top on underneath.
And floaty pants.
I'm wearing tri shorts. They're not floaty.
Never mind. Sorry, everyone.
I have my wetsuit I'll put on later. The worst part is that we have to wait about 2 hours between transition of setting up your transition and like actually going. Well, maybe an hour by the time we. No, it'll be 2. Yeah. No, it will be because.
No, it'll be an hour because you go at 8.
No, it goes at 6:45. Yeah, about an hour. But obviously, it's to sit around. And if you weren't nervous before, you certainly will be after sitting and watching these people swim for an hour.
And like we start with like the like pros that like go to like the Olympics and Paralympic.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if there's any Paralympic racers doing the Olympic distance. I don't think they have.
Usually para is not included with Olympic distances. Even at the Paralympics, we do a sprint distance and not an Olympic distance. So typically we're not included. That doesn't mean people haven't or can't. It just means generally speaking, most para people do sprint. Which is funny you call it sprint too, because I think it's not like, it usually takes people about an hour and a half-ish. Like an hour and a half to 2 hours is like an average time to finish a sprint triathlon. So it's not like that fast. Okay, then we will keep driving and figure it out. Not a big deal. This is construction. This isn't for the road closures, but we're expecting them to start closing down roads and stuff, especially because the Olympic distance is first, and that is obviously a longer distance. More to close. But yeah, we're gonna set up our little thing, eat some of my little snacks, and I guess all of them because I'll be bored. I probably would have brought something else if I had looked at the schedule and realized this sitting around. I brought like Reese Puffs, the cereal.
Yeah, she's eating them.
And I was like, that's smart. I like that cereal and I could eat that with my hands. Finding what you can eat at 5 a.m. and then go swim, bike, run is a very impressive part of the sport. So, gotta experiment a little bit. But yeah, we're excited.
Super excited. We're in the transition area. She's filling up her tires. So, exciting things happening. So in the transition area, they added these access mats, which is very kind because it's like all grass until we get over there to the sidewalk, and then we go back in the grass to exit the transition area. So it's very helpful. They give them little walkways to their little transition area. Abby's over there. We're just finishing, well, Kendall's finishing filling up her tires, and then we'll do the next thing. She just filled up her water. I didn't film it because we were talking, but she did fill it up. And now we're getting electrolytes, I think. Or is that your salt tablet? Okay. See, there's her water all filled up so she can get hydrated on the bike. So Kendall taped some goo to her frame, well, to her bike, because she can't use her hands. Since she's hand cycling, so we're trying to prevent the amount of time that she has her hands off of the bike. So she has one here, and then I thought we had one on the other side. I don't know where the other one went, but it was there. So she's putting her clip on, and it makes it like have traction on her gloves and her rims, so that way they don't slip, which is super important in Florida because it's super humid.
I feel like I want to see like a reality TV show when they're like, and then she reached it, and I have to pretend like I know you were happening.
There we go, all gritty but in a good way.
Nasty stuff. It doesn't get out of anything.
Yeah, it stains really bad, so she has to be super careful to not get it on herself.
Obviously you don't want water bases.
You're in the water.
Make it in the rain, yeah.
Yeah, so a lot of people just use it in the rain, but it's so humid here in Florida that we use it all the time.
And a week. A lot of people don't.
Okay.
I don't have this screen.
That's okay. We're all good.
It's so humid. That didn't
So she's also gonna put it on her rims as well.
I'm a little scared. Good morning.
So they made a change today that the wheelchairs can be pushed by their handler from the swim exit to the transition area, because you actually can't even see where the swim exit is. It's like all the way over there. And it's like probably like a fourth to half a mile. So they made a change that their handlers can push them, which is very helpful, especially for
Good morning, athletes, and welcome to transition for a certain item.
We're just practicing
And you would know who you are. If you're a gentleman that walked up related to your wetsuit looking for a specific item. This gentleman will be forever indebted to you and all of your children, forever upon perpetuity. So head on over here to the...
We're getting a mirror for her. And there's Bodie. This is my Malibu Barbie. She comes with a racer and a hand cycle and a tri-suit, well, a tri-top and tri-pants. And what else do you come with, Malibu Barbie? She can't hear me. Sparkles, she comes with Sparkles for speed.
I might be able to help you out. Again, want to thank you all for joining us here for the 43rd annual St. Anthony's Triathlon Sprint. That's it for me here in transition. Thank you so much. Great seeing you. I will see you at swim start. Turn it over to
Super pretty.
Please visit trinitytiming.com.
All set up.
Now, as we
We made it to the swim start. People have actually already started over there. You can see them swimming. Yeah, it's the Olympic pros, I think. Well, the Olympic distance pros. It's very exciting. So it's gonna be a good day. We're super excited. Kendall is currently putting on her wetsuit because it's 76 degrees. Which means it is wetsuit legal, so she can wear her full wetsuit versus just the floaty pants, which she's excited about. Oh, she's coming out now.
The Olympic is going off right now, but look how pretty it is. Like the clouds, like I feel like I'm going to Atlantis. This is gorgeous. So pretty.
They're all running. So how are you feeling?
Really excited.
We're so
really
excited.
Good. Really excited.
Yeah, she's half in her wetsuit.
I have my legs strappy, and we are white caps this time.
Yeah.
I'm drinking my electrolytes, and I'm really looking for it. I think it's gonna be good.
Yeah, we're super excited. First race of the ever.
Yeah, and it's wetsuit legal. It's like just below wetsuit legal, so it's pretty warm out. I'll probably be a little toasty at the end, but I'd rather be toasty than cold. My muscles work better.
Okay. And it'll be so fast. This is my Malibu Barbie. She comes with one swim cap for $100, one knee band,
And one wetsuit.
one Dare to Try outfit, and sparkles.
And one triathlon.
And one wheelchair,
Hopefully more than one.
and not included her racer
And hand cycle. Those
Yeah.
are additional add-ons.
for $10,000.
Yeah, it'd be like that.
She's over there. They have to do dance. So we're doing a little
Just that word.
she's over in the water down there, so super shallow. So that sucks. They're going farther out. We should be starting in like 3 minutes. 5, 4, 3, 2,
1, go!
woo! And they're off. Okay, now it's just gonna be me for a while. So she's doing swim start, which is super exciting. I am going to the end. I can't tell who's who out there. Hopefully she's with Abby. That's the goal. So she's with Abby. So we'll see her in the end. But I'm carrying lots of things. I have Abby's camera, and then I have 2 bags that have like bags inside of bags, and that's the thing. So let's go see her finish the swim. We're like 6 minutes in, so I think they're hoping for a 15-minute swim. So we'll see.
Freestyle, I don't do 6 miles.
Go Kendall! Woo! Okay, I'm checking in. So she's on the bike, the track. I think it's the first year they're using it based on what they were saying, and it is not working. So I don't know where she is, and I'm just guessing. But I do have a spot. I did see her right before they do the stop line, because you don't know in Triathlon, they're in their hand cycle from the transition area, and then they have to stop at the mountain line and the dismount line. So I saw her go do that, and I saw Abby as well. But yeah, they're hand cycling. They should be done in like 30 minutes. I can't get to the other side of bike finish, so I have my spot for them when they are on their run, and then I'm right by the finish line because it's like there and back kind of. So here's the finish line. You can tell with the abracadabra. I got breakfast. I got a quesadilla from a food truck. There was one food truck and a coffee truck, but I also had a really long time, and I don't eat real food. And I needed food. I also have a Coke in the bag. And I'm gonna find water so that way Kendall doesn't get mad at me that I didn't drink water. So that's where we're at. Oh, I also forgot to mention the run out has grass, which we didn't know, and I only just saw it, so that really sucks. And I can't get over there to tell her handler to tell her just so she's prepared. So she should be fine. It's frustrating that you can't get that momentum. And it's a good distance of grass. I mean, it's not horrible. It definitely could be worse, but that's frustrating. It's pretty curvy. You're on like sidewalks at the very beginning of the run, and there's like a really sharp curb cut that I'm gonna be right by, so that also sucks. I don't know the rest of the course will be. I've heard it's cobblestone, but we're so used to that because that's all of our bike is on cobblestone, so she'll be totally fine. Woo! You're so close. You're really close. After the race, Kendall has all of her stuff. We're loading the car. Her hand cycle's already there. And there are 3 wheels. She's taking off the other one right now. We made it! I did it. She's very brave. I'm sure she'll get
sunburned.
Yeah.
And we put sunscreen on like so much.
I know, Kendall literally was putting it on like a man puts on like cologne.
Yes, and I still burned. So I'm super annoyed at that. But
Or-
I don't wear sleeves.
She got to show off her arms.
These bad boys that I'm wearing sleeves on. I don't wear them working out. I like don't wear like religiously do not wear sleeves working out.
We're gonna eat, but I'm sure Kendall will give her thoughts when we're driving later.
When I have energy. We got McDonald's, but I did get I came in second place.
Wow!
I
killed it.
I did not hit the time that I wanted, but first of all, every athlete has an excuse. First of all, whenever our time isn't right, it's not us.
Yeah.
First of all, never ever. Second,
Yeah.
which I've never actually had a placed medal, which is cool.
I think the last thing you saw was on the run. No, you saw her finish. Sorry, you saw her finish.
Yeah. But from the water exit to the transition area took like 5 minutes of pushing.
Mm-hmm.
Like no joke, 5 minutes.
Yeah, they went with me.
And I was about 8 minutes off from my thing, so yeah. But my bike was under an hour, which was really that was like a massive goal for me. Yeah, no, it went really well, and I'll have more contained thoughts after I eat my McDonald's.
McDonald's time, Coke time.
Love ya.
Bye. But not for long.
To no one's surprise ever, I forgot to film the rest of this video. Today I was going to go for a bike ride and my tire popped and I don't have a spare. So that is why my hair is a little crazy, because I was planning on wearing a helmet and now I'm not. I completed my first triathlon. Woohoo! Obviously the major goal was finishing. My other goal was to finish under an hour 39, which is the qualifying time for nationals for my division. Did not make that. That being said, I was only 7 or 8 minutes off. 8 minutes, I think, yeah. 8 minutes off, which isn't too shabby. I hit my other goals, which was like doing the bike in under an hour. I did that. It was like 58 minutes, but it was technically under an hour. You know, finish the swim next to someone else. And I did. All 3 wheelchair users finished the swim at the same time, which was very neat. I was technically out of the water first, but that's just based off of volunteers and who kind of gets you out first. And I kind of wanted to debrief my race a little bit, even though it's been a few weeks now and I'm about a month out from my next triathlon. I still kind of wanted to talk about it. If this is boring to you, be done with the video, but I kind of wanted for my own documentation to chat through it. The swim was very shallow when we started, so they had us we start in the water for obvious reasons. We don't run out. So they kept keep going further, keep going further. So we were starting pretty far out, which made me feel a little bit better. Like I was still a little nervous open water swimming. I was trying to hype myself up and it worked. I think one of my proudest things of the race was that swim and not freaking out. Like the whole time I'm like, I feel like I should be freaking out. And then I wasn't. I was like, well, no, I'm fine. I'm thinking I'm fine. It was nice. I was so worried about the swim. I think that's a lot of people's fear is oh my gosh, I'm now in the ocean and I'm scared. And I wasn't. I was nervous, but I wasn't scared. I didn't freak out. I didn't have to stop at any point. I didn't have to switch to breaststroke or backstroke or something. I was able to do freestyle the whole time, which is the only stroke I can really do. So glad that worked out for me. And again, there were 2 other wheelchair users. One is Abby, who you see in this video, who came first place in our division classification. And then John, who is a man, so he's in a different category, but all 3 of us finished together. We did it in about 16.5 minutes by the time we reached the volunteers in the water. For us wheelchair users, we get carried out of the water and then placed onto our wheelchairs. We would go to the transition area and then normal triathlon from there. Being picked up by volunteers after you swam and you're wearing a wetsuit is humbling. The only way I could phrase is humbling. I will insert some pictures that I have. Look at the volunteers' faces. Yes. If you didn't feel bad about yourself before, you certainly did after looking at those photos. They didn't drop me, but they were close to quite a few times. They were very small to be lifting other people, and I am not particularly small in any department, so they struggled. And, I'm in a wetsuit, I'm slippery, and I was holding on to their necks for dear life. But they didn't drop me.
So we got there, got on my day chair, and then pushed to the first transition area. It was far. It was further than most triathlons are. And that's just what it is. That's just part of the competition. Obviously, everyone had the same thing happen to them. I had to follow the sidewalk very clearly. I was not going to cut across the grass or anything, so I was on the sidewalk the whole time, and it was far. I think they said it was like 400 meters, which is like a lap around a track in my day chair, which isn't comfortable. I'm wet. My hands are slipping. It was a lot. I think the swim was technically 16 and a half minutes, but on paper it was 18, and that's just kind of where they decided to cut it and start transition 1. Because we get lifted out of the water by volunteers, it's kind of messy as to like where do you cut the swim. For example, even though all 3 wheelchair users finished at the same time, all of our swim times are different, and all of our transition 1 times are different. I was booking it, and I was able to get transition 1, and I think it was like 8 minutes. I think it was 6 minutes on paper, but technically if you take the 2 minutes from the swim, it was like 8 minutes. And me physically taking off my wetsuit and getting into my bike was a minute, maybe. So it was really far. And that stressed me out a lot, but we did it. It was fine. I had some trouble to take off my wetsuit. I have a handler who you see, and he helps like take off my wetsuit, and I had completely forgotten that I needed to take it off. I was just about to climb into my bike, and I was like, oh shoot. So I wasn't quite in like the right position to do so. So now I got to remember right position. My handler, Don, I am so grateful, will be at my next triathlon as well. So we've been working together. We'll continue to work together, and I'm very, very happy about that. He's a great guy, and I'm so honored to have him as my handler and his experience, and we'll get it down. I'm not worried. But I totally forgot to take it off. That someone else actually came and helped us as well take it off, because all the time I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't have full control of my legs. I do have some, but I do not have full, especially after swimming. I have very little control of my legs. So it was like, took us a minute, but I got on my bike. We had originally taped my gels to my bike frame, in which the humidity was so humid that day. They all fell off. I would have liked to have had one. I did not, and that was totally fine. That was fine, but I would have liked it. The bike was pretty good. It was not a lot of turns. I made all the turns, and that's a big deal for me. Bike handling skills are still pretty new to me. Previously to this, I am borrowing this style bike, and I got it the beginning of February. I had it for the month of February, and then the beginning of March, I dropped it off to get repairs done on it. And then I didn't have it back till the week before my triathlon. So it was about 6 weeks without my bike, and then immediately into a triathlon. So when I say I didn't really have any bike practice, I did not. So I'm really excited for my next one to actually see it. Like, I was very happy with my time, but like, it was also 18 kilometers. Most are 20 kilometers or more. This was only 18, which is great for my time, but realistically, like, I'd like to do a full 20 and see kind of where I'm at with that. I've been biking multiple times a week now, so again, it should be better. I hope so. I can't say I'm much faster. It was like 11.3 miles per hour during my race, and yeah, I can't say I'm much faster than that now. But maybe it will be like better on race day or something. Bike was pretty chill. There was a small area of cobblestone at the end, but that was it, which I'm very grateful for. It was rough cobblestone. It was not nice, pretty flat cobblestone. It was rough, which is hard on any bike, but we are so low to the ground that you feel it. You're like, boom. It was quite uncomfortable. I did find myself getting bored, as well as like, it was 58 minutes of literally just like nothing's happening. There's no spectators. Like, it's boring, real boring. But it happened. I made the U-turns. I made the turns. I was so happy with that. I can't complain about the bike. I'm pretty happy with how it went, and again, for having absolutely no practice, I'm thrilled. Transition 2, well, getting off the bike into the transition area, you had to go over sand, which normally you get off the bike and you walk your bike or run your bike to your transition, put on your shoes and run. So we don't do that. We stay in our bike. We stop, come to a complete stop. And then we keep going to our transition area before we switch over, because not every wheelchair user can walk, so obviously we don't walk our bikes. Problem is,
they had to walk theirs over sand and we had to push through sand. It's a lot easier to walk through sand than it is to ride a bike through sand. It sucked. It was very hard. I think my transition 2 was like 2 minutes. Getting into my racer was quick and easy, no problem. I was off. It was then on, like, again, a super skinny sidewalk with a lot of turns, and like with all the other people there, it was very difficult because wheels go a lot faster, and I also need more of a turning radius, and no one really knows this. On the bike, like, getting into the transition area and getting out of it was very difficult because a lot of people were like walking their bikes to the transition areas, which is totally fine, but the problem is they block the whole thing and I'm on it, so I'm going to go faster naturally. So like I really struggled getting around the people in this competition. I'm used to wheelchair racing, and with that we go first, and while we did start first on the swim, the handcycle is not as fast as an upright bike. They're gonna come and pass you. That was probably my biggest gripe of the whole thing, was that skinny sidewalks on a lot of people. Like, it was, because I'm so used to starting first in wheelchair racing, we usually finish before most people, or if there are people, it's like the elite runners. It's a very select, small group. This was like the average triathlete, which is awesome. So glad they were out there. In terms of speed, like, they're not quite used to being around wheelchair users, so they're not aware of us coming up or anything. Like, it was stressful, and I'm sure it was stressful for them too. It's very stressful for me. Getting out of the transition area on the pushrim, my racer was like super skinny, and you have to like yell at people, and they split a sidewalk. One's coming in from the swim, one's going out for the run. So it was super skinny. We basically couldn't pass anyone, but I'm coming in faster. There's really not anything I can do to slow down in this situation. So it took a little bit to get out, and then started the run. Relatively fine, relatively flat. A lot of people that I really struggled going around. There was a small footbridge that was definitely felt like it was straight up. But that was it. Well, go up and down, and then obviously you come back and you do it twice, but it wasn't. I've had far worse pushes. It's only a 5K. A 5K is a super comfortable distance for me. I compete in a lot of 5Ks. It's not like, I did it in 22 minutes and I had to stop for a little bit because of people, so I was pretty happy. Usually my time's like 20 or less, and I think if I didn't have to stop for some stuff, like, it probably would have been closer to 20, but it wasn't, and that's fine. The ending, of course, it's narrow again, and then I had to turn out of all the people, and again, I'm wheels, I'm going faster, so when they cross the finish line, they're like, woo, and then they walk. I can't really do that. Wheels are always going to be faster. And so it was quite difficult. Then there was a lot of people. I had to find my handler, and I didn't like to get back to my area. That was really stressful, but I had finished. I'm very grateful I finished. I'm very proud of myself and all of that. I said basically a couple hours after that, I was like, if I did it tomorrow, I could qualify. I could easily cut off 8 minutes off my time. I'm still feeling super confident about that. Like, just my first triathlon, and that's what it is. Again, I'm super proud of myself. I came only 5 minutes behind second place, which is pretty awesome to me. First place, also did not qualify for nationals. And like, my really big goal, I keep saying that, I was like, my goal was to qualify for nationals, and I didn't. That's okay. I do have another race again next month. I don't feel great about qualifying for that race either, but I'll probably still be at nationals because that's just what you do. My upcoming race, the bike is longer. It's about 3 miles longer, which biking is it. While I do have more practice, biking is not my #1 skill. It's also a very hilly course. So I've been practicing going up hills, and obviously going down, you get good speed. I don't know if there's a lot of turns. Like, I don't know if I'm going really fast and turning, which still scares me. Basically anything above like 17 miles per hour and like doing a sharp right scares me. So I slow down. And I'd prefer not to. I'd prefer to just keep the speed going, but like, I feel like I'm just gonna whoop right out of it. I heard the swim's really good. I heard the run is very good. I just heard the bike is really hilly. But again, I've been practicing, and I think I did the math, and I think the hill I'm practicing on should not be bigger than the hills I face in the next competition. It shouldn't be. We'll see. That will be fun as well because I'm doing it through Dare to Try, which again, you should donate. They're a phenomenal group of people who have given me all the skills I needed to do triathlon, and I'm so grateful for them in every way, as well as helping fund for my handcycle, which has officially been ordered, as well as Victoria's Victories. Again, they're amazing organizations, but in June, I will be back with Dare to Try for our triathlon, and they've done it a million times. They're super knowledgeable. We walked the course, all of that. They're great. I'm super excited to see them again and give it another go. That'll be my last triathlon before nationals, and then it's nationals, and I have no expectation for nationals as much as showing up, checking it out. I don't have a time. I don't have a place I want to make. I just want to go to nationals. I think that's nice. For parasports, you have to be classified in your sport, and this is basically when they take your medical documentation, they physically look at you and your disability, and they place you within the correct group. For example, like if you have an amputation, you're missing a limb, like you want to be in the right group. Wheelchair users, get clumped together, but there's 2 different levels of wheelchair users for more and less impaired. This is basically when they do those. If you ever wondered how they do it, there's a meeting and they run you through a medical documentation. You do that at nationals. So that's like the biggest reason I need to go to nationals, is to get my classification, which I think will go fine. I just need to get there. But yeah, a lot of time. As I film this ending part, it is the end of May. It is May 25th. My next triathlon is like June 25th, and then nationals are August. So I have some time to practice more and enjoy myself and beat the Florida heat. And really, I'm very happy with how the triathlon went. Yes, there were tears because I think it's very overwhelming to finish a race. Always is. It always is. Lately, like probably since December, I've just been like getting teary-eyed at the end of every race. I don't know why. It's just kind of what's happening right now. And I definitely did. I smiled for the picture, and then I crashed after. Yeah. That was my very first triathlon. Thank you for joining me. Super happy to be here and trying adaptive sports, and I'm very grateful for this community and all that good stuff. I'll tell you again, you should donate to some of these organizations. I know life-changing is such an overused word nowadays, but like life-changing. Having my own custom equipment that fits me is life-changing. Having resources in a community is life-changing. They're great, and they've helped me so much, and I'm so grateful for everything. I don't really know what I'm filming next, because I might film my next triathlon, and there should be some stuff in between, I guess. Maybe. Most of it's just practice at this point, which is kind of boring. Training is boring, but gets the job done. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.